Welcome to Birminology with Birm, that's me. Today's guest is Lathan Ransom, the country, I don't know, what do you rank? The fourth ranked safety in the country at this point, something like that?
I'm ranked 2, and I'm ranked 4, so whatever you feel is good.
So let's go with 2. Okay. So, Lathan, you're a safety, a defensive back at Sal Point Catholic in Tucson, Arizona.
Yes, sir.
I want to start there because I think it's interesting. If you were from Ohio, if you were from California, if you were from Texas, if you were from Oklahoma, you would be expected to go to Ohio State or USC or Oklahoma or Texas, right?
Yes, sir.
Arizona is one of the country's more talented states right now compared to anybody, really. I mean, there's not a lot of states that have the top-tier talent, player for player, pound for pound, that Arizona does. But you guys are sort of expected to leave the state for college. Is that something that, like, is there ever a feeling like when, like, a band of you guys getting together and saying, hey, why don't we just stay home?
I mean, we talked about it at the beginning, and then I think once we explored these other places and saw some of the other places, it kind of had us have a feeling that just didn't want to leave. I mean, when you see other places other than Arizona, and you see the opportunities that you have when you could have a possibility of leaving, it just draws you to want to leave.
I mean, you've had offers from pretty much every big school in the country. You've made visits to LSU, Oklahoma recently, Notre Dame, Ohio State. Where have you not been that you want to go still? And what is the one thing that you've seen on these trips that's really opened your eyes to what happens in this recruiting process?
Well, I can't wait to get back to Ohio State at first because I wasn't there for a long time. I was only there for a couple hours, so I didn't really get the full experience. So I can't wait to get back there. Texas, I want to go to Texas. That's really the realest school I haven't been to yet, and I really want to get out to.
Let's go back to that February visit to Ohio State again. You made that trip. You flew into South Bend, correct?
Yes, sir.
And you visited Notre Dame, then came over to Ohio State, and then flew back out of South Bend. What is it about the few hours that you spent there that were eye-opening for you as far as what the Buckeyes program is doing, about what Ryan Day is doing with it, and where it's going, and what made those few hours, I don't know, I mean, I guess important for you to make sure you got back?
I think what Coach Day's bringing, I mean, I'm really excited to see what he brings. I've heard so many great things about him, and to talk to him, he's just such a just down to earth dude. I mean, he's not like one of those dudes where he feels that he's higher up than the football players. I mean, he's a guy that you can walk into his office and just have a normal conversation with him. And then to see what Coach Hafley's bringing as the new DB coach, so I can't wait what he does. And then Ohio State's known as one of those DBUs, so I mean, it's super intriguing as a safety. Just to go to that school.
Now, Coach Jeff Hafley, the new defensive coordinator, co-defensive coordinator, former NFL coach.
Yes, sir.
He's a guy that hasn't coached a game yet at Ohio State, but obviously you're getting to know him. What can you reveal about him as a person, as a coach, that maybe Ohio State fans aren't familiar with yet?
I mean, he just keeps it real with you. I mean, he's not one of those dudes that wants to sugarcoat it or try to puts a little fluff on everything. I mean, he's just a straightforward dude, and then he's gonna get players. He knows what the NFL wants, so he's looking for that right now, and then he's trying to get them to be the best of their abilities, so they make plays in college and can later make plays in the NFL.
And for clarity's sake, Ohio State right now is recruiting a lot of safeties that are also fitting that hybrid linebacker bullet position. They're recruiting you strictly as a safety defensive back, correct? I mean, they're not talking about moving you into that bullet position or the hybrid position?
No, they have been talking to me about that a lot, and that excites me because I feel like I'm one of those DBs that can play a position. I mean, I like to come make tackles, I like to cover. I feel that I can personally do it all, so that excites me when he talks about playing that position.
But you made official visits to Oklahoma and LSU. What is it that you've seen at those places that, as you prepare now for the next wave of officials, Ohio State on the 21st of June, is Notre Dame before or after that?
Notre Dame will be, I'm pretty sure, Ohio State's going to be my last official visit, okay. So it'll be before.
Well, what is it that you've seen at Oklahoma and LSU that has you, I don't know, I guess, ready to compare and contrast? What are the measuring sticks that Ohio State needs to hit in order to really come out of that official visit still, as one of those top schools?
Well, Oklahoma, it's definitely the environment. I mean, the football field, and then the fans, the fan base, and then also Coach Grinch is a new defensive coordinator, so he's also bringing something new to the Big 12 defenses. So I'm really Big 12, Big 10. I forgot which one it was.
Big 12 for them. You're probably confused. Alex Grinch, of course, was Ohio State's co-defensive coordinator a year ago.
Exactly. So there's both two new defensive coordinators, Coach Hafley and Coach Grinch in there. So I'm really excited to see what they do this year, the first couple of games. And then, the Ohio State, that fan base, and then they really felt like a family, which that's what LSU had. LSU really felt like a brotherhood. That's what really enjoyed it about you. And then their DBs are always top-notch, too, so that really excites me. And then I'm excited to see Ohio State because what I really saw when I was there is they can prepare you for the world after football, and that really excites me and my family.
Is there an advantage to taking these official visits now as opposed to waiting till the season? I mean, I know this is only the second year where you guys were able to take official visits in the summer and spring.
Yes, sir.
Why do you think it's becoming so popular for guys to do that?
I mean, I think it's getting really popular to commit before the season, even if you have to decommit, but I personally don't want to do that. But when you get that school and you pick that school finally, you don't have to worry about it through the season, don't have to worry about really have that on your mind when your season. You can just focus on your senior season. I think that's what really intrigues me to do it and take all these official visits and get it over with.
Now, you are teammates with Bijan Robinson, a five-star running back, one of the country's best running backs, one of Ohio State's top two targets at that position. Bijan is making an official visit to Columbus the week before you. You've been to the school already, albeit only for a few hours. What are you telling him? I mean, what type of conversation is there between you two? I don't want to throw the package deal term out there because I know that that's generally just fluff and something that sounds good, but it doesn't really matter at the end of the day.
Yes, sir.
What do you guys, how do you as teammates and as friends use each other in this process?
I think we both come back from our business stuff. We just tell each other, because it's easy to see what it's like when you're not there. I mean, they can claim all this stuff, but when you actually go there and you can tell them what's real about it and what's maybe not so real about it. I mean, it really helps us, give us a good look at it, because when I went to Ohio State, I brought back a lot of great feedback. And then Coach Alford, he's a great coach too. Even though I'm a safety and I've just been talking to him, I really like what Coach Alford a lot. So I always tell him that I think that'd be a great coach for him, and I can really see him gelling with Coach a lot. And then they're also one of those schools that always have good running backs. So I always tell him, like, good DBs, good running backs. I mean, those are both our positions are really successful at that school.
Do you feel, I mean, it's sort of unique. You're in a position in Arizona, your area recruiter is Mike Yursich, so he's the guy that probably started the conversations in Tucson. You obviously speak a lot with Ryan Day because you're a top target for them, so you're talking to the head coach. Then you started to talk to Jeff Hafley because he's the defensive backs co-coordinator. And now you're talking to Tony Alford because he's there visiting Bijan and talking to him. Do you have that level of interconnectivity with coaches anywhere else, or is that unique?
I will say that's one of the most unique things. I mean, every day I'm getting texts from all three coaches. And, I mean, from me, my family, my dad, my mom. So I think that's pretty cool. I mean, that I can feel really the love from them. And it's exciting that all of them are really interested in me and then also my teammate.
But right now, again, you've taken two official visits, Oklahoma, LSU, Notre Dame probably the 14th of June, and then Ohio State the 21st.
Yes, sir.
What happens on June 7th? Is there an official visit that you're wanting to make happen? Is that Texas? Does the official visits all get lined up and knocked out, and then you go into decision mode? What happens from here?
I think that is. I think my three visits I haven't planned Texas, Notre Dame, and Ohio State. And I think Texas is planned for that week. So really, after all those visits, that's really when I'm gonna just talk to my family and what best they feel fit me, and then how I feel about all the schools, and then have that conversation of where I'd like to go. Obviously,
Ohio State has one commitment from Arizona already in Jack Miller. How much conversation do you have with Jack? Are you guys tight? I mean, what does he say to you and Bijan and the rest of the Arizona guys to try to get you guys to make that trip?
Jack's my guy. I mean, every time I see him, and every time he always texts me on my phone and stuff, that Ohio State's the place to be. And when I came back from him, I really told him, I was like, I did like it there a lot, so that's why I'm definitely going to go back up. But no, I like Jack a lot. I've been talking to Legends a little more now. So the Ohio State family, I'm really feeling the love, so I really can't wait to get up there and see for myself again.
As a defensive back, what are the one or two things that is most important for you as you're looking at figuring out and finalizing this process?
A system that's going to fit me, a coach that I don't really think I want a coach to be my friend, but a coach that's going to push me to be the best of my ability, and then a coach that's going to prepare me for the NFL, hopefully, so I could achieve my dreams.
What one defensive back that you've grown up watching do you model your game after the most?
Oh, definitely Jamal Adams and I forgot his name, but Jamal Adams, I really admire my game after him, for sure. What
is your favorite Mexican food?
Probably my mom makes some really good homemade tostadas, so that's probably my number one.
When you think about going away from Arizona for college, what is the biggest concern you have, and what is the one thing you're looking forward to the most?
I think what I'm looking forward to the most is definitely getting out of Arizona. I mean, I was born in Las Vegas, but I've really been in Arizona my whole life. So I think getting out of Arizona will be a great experience, and it will help me grow as a man, not only as a football player. And then probably, I know I'm going to miss my family a lot, so that's probably going to be the only thing to get over. But, we've already all talked about it, and we're all agreed that it's best for me and that they all support me on that decision.
Do you intend to enroll early?
I can't at the school I'm at right now,
okay.
So...
Well, I don't want to take up too much more of your time. I generally told 10 to 12 minutes. We're at about 12 minutes right now, so I want to make sure I get you off the clock here. But listen, man, Lathan, I really appreciate you taking the time. If anything you need from Lettermen Row, feel free to reach out. For me, Lettermen Row, Birminology, that's Lathan Ransom. We appreciate you being here. Thanks so much.
Yes, sir.